The Yankee homestand continues and the fans are on their way. Even some White Sox fans making their way into the Palace here in the Bronx. Weather permitting, we are going to have baseball. It looks like it's going to permit as My Nine presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the Chicago White Sox in the first of three from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball along with Al Leiter. I'm Michael Kay. Well, if you like a pitching matchup, we've got one for you today. Two outstanding pitchers going up against each other. First, we look at CC Sabathia. The month of August has been very kind to him. Of late, he's been pitching beautifully.
He really has, and really, the last five starts, he's 5-0. You know, what the Yankee fans had hoped for and the Yankees expected was he's an innings eater. Not only an innings eater, how about this? Over his last 24 starts, 21 of them, he's gone 6 or 2/3 innings or more, and he's been dominant. I like the way he's used both sides of the plate. He uses his changeup, and I think this is a year reminiscent of 07 when he won the Cy Young Award with the Indians.
Let's take a look now at tonight's pitching matchup brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. We know about CC's 15-7, 3.59, and Mark Burley 11-7 with a 3.92. Now, since he pitched a perfect game, he has not been perfect, but that perfect game's one for the memory book.
It really is. Here's the last play, great play by Dwayne Wise, and that was the perfect game against Tampa Bay. Bartlett ended up getting a little ground ball out. He's had a bit of a hangover since then. He's had 6 starts, only one good game against Seattle. His numbers really don't reflect that. He said he seems to be, he thinks that the teams are sitting on his changeup. We'll see tonight how the Yankee hitters react.
Well, since the perfect game, as Al said, 6 starts. He's 0-4 with a 6.21. Anyone who's ever pitched a perfect game has never gone that long without a win. He's been up 6 home runs, and opponents hitting .355 against him. Yankees come into the action today with a 6-game lead over the Red Sox. It's always Yankees and the Red Sox. So when we come back, we'll take a look at their remaining schedules. Who has the advantage, if anybody? Next, right here on My Nine. Stadium 16 on the road. The Red Sox 18 at home and 17 on the road. Yankees opponents winning percentage actually a little bit higher than the Red Sox, and the two teams meet 3 times, September 25th, 26th, and 27th here at Yankee Stadium. Welcome back to Yankees baseball here on My Nine. That's Al Leiter. I'm Michael Kay. So Al, 6 games ahead. You saw the breakdown. Who has the advantage?
I would say the team with 6+. I would think this. Obviously, as a player, you think every game. If the Yankees were to go one game over 500 over the remaining
18 and 17.
That's right. The Red Sox would have to go 13 over 500.
At 24 and 11.
Assuming the Yankees only play one game over 500. I think it's daunting. I think you look at the Red Sox schedule, and you don't want to eliminate the Red Sox by any means. They are looking at what Tampa Bay is behind them, 3.5, and also Texas 1.5. I think the Yankees are in a very good position.
Now, one negative that the Yankees have, they do have a West Coast trip remaining, one more to go in the middle of September. The Red Sox are done with the West Coast. Lineups, first pitch, baseball coming up next right here on My Nine. keep moving forward. New York State Lottery. Hey, you never know. And by Verizon Wireless, America's largest mobile-to-mobile calling family. Well, the rain is falling here at Yankee Stadium, but there's rain in the forecast tomorrow. They've got to get these games in. It's the last time the White Sox, the only time the Yankees will face the White Sox here at the stadium this year. So the Yankees have taken the field. CC Sabathia is taking his warm-up tosses. Let's take a look at the Chicago White Sox starting lineup, which is brought to you by your local Lexus dealer. White Sox come in with a .500 record at 64-64. Jason Nix, the second baseman, leads off. Gordon Beckham at third will bat second. Jim Thome DHs. Paul Konerko at first. Jermaine Dyes in right field, batting fifth. Batting sixth and playing right field is, or left field is Carlos Quinton. Alex Rios, he's new with the White Sox since last the Yankees saw him. He's in center field. He'll bat seventh, and he has good numbers against Sabathia and against the Yankees. Alexi Ramirez, a shortstop, bats eighth, and Ramon Castro will catch. He's going to bat ninth.
And on the mound, 29-year-old CC Sabathia will be making his 28th start, 15-7. Very good numbers. Look at 185 in the third innings. The great hit-to-inning ratio. Let's take a look at the Yankees pitcher scatter report. Brought to you by Burger King. Get delicious. 2 for $4 King deals every day of the week at Burger King. Sweet 16. Will he be the first Major League pitcher to win 16? Mr. August, he's 20-2 since 2005, and 3 up, 3 down, 72 innings this season, most of any American League pitcher.
Let's do it here in the Bronx. The first pitch is fouled back, and we are underway. You can see the rain falling on your television screen and falling on the field here at Yankee Stadium, and there's rain in the forecast. I hope we get this one in. You see Nix's numbers. He has 4 hits in his last 14 at-bats. The White Sox just came from Boston where they lost 3 out of 4 to the Red Sox. The 0-1. 0-2. They salvaged the final game of the 4-game set with a 9-5 victory last night. The most effective Red Sox pitcher was Nick Green. 2 scoreless innings.
Nick's just not being able to catch up to CC's fastball. White Sox have been having some trouble scoring. Kind of a base-to-base team. We'll see during this series if they get a little movement going on the bases.
And the 0-2. 1-2. .67 degrees, high humidity, not much wind. There's a chance of more showers.
Stay away.
And the 1-2. Foul ball. New York Yankees baseball is broadcast in Spanish. It's available by hitting the SAP button on your television. SAP is brought to you by Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward.
Jason, next part of the trio of rookie infielders for the Chicago White Sox. Gordon Beckham leading the way, along with Chris Getz.
And the 1-2. Nix down on strikes.
What's a power fastball slider combination from CC Sabathia? You see the table just drop off there. Nice little down and in bite. Swinging over the top of it, out in front. Nice pitch. Nasty cutter slider.
Here's Gordon Beckham. 2 hits in his last 19 at-bats. And there's a strike. Now, this is when the season starts catching up with kids, because if you look, the minor league season ends at the beginning of September, so they're starting to run out of gas. These are games that they've never played before. And then you'll see if they can get through that wall. Well, pitch is high.
How about in addition to that, Michael? He was a #1 draft pick at the University of Georgia last year. So this is a guy that was part of an NCAA 2A schedule, Division I there down in Georgia Bulldogs. So, yeah, you're right. He's experiencing more bats and games than ever before. Take a look at the scouting report. Rookie of the year, I'll tell you, there's a few in the American League. Jeff Neiman of Tampa Bay, maybe Elvis Andrus. Certainly he leads in many categories, and said the University of Georgia #1 pick last year. And with ducks on the pond, he's very, very good with runners in scoring position.
That one's popped up. Cano will make the play in foul territory for the second out. Let's take a complete look at the Yankee defensive schematic. In the outfield, it's the outfield you're used to. Damon, Cabrera, and Swisher. In the infield, it's A-Rod, Jeter, Cano, and Teixeira. Molina makes his second consecutive start behind the plate. Sabathia is on the mound. Jorge Posada's left hand still bothering him. It's not going to get better unless they sit him down for about 3 weeks. And Joe Girardi said Posada's not going to allow that. So they're just going to have to manage the pain. And he's got to play through it. Here's Jim Thome. 4 hits in his last 12 at-bats. And a strike.
Of those 4 hits, he just had his 39th birthday up in Boston. 3 for 4 during that game. Happy birthday, Jim Thome.
Strike. Is he as nice a guy as people make him out to him?
Completely. There's another guy that just retired. Sean Casey, first baseman, long time, been around the league, and he is, Michael. He's just always pleasant.
I wish I was more like that.
You are.
The 0-2. Strike 3. Strong first inning for CC Sabathia. He does it in 12 pitches. He retires the White Sox in order 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts. White Sox nothing. And the New York that he's going to face, brought to you by your Tri-State Volkswagen dealer. Visit VW.com for great deals on a new Volkswagen. Derek Jeter, the captain, the shortstop, leads off. Look at the numbers against Burley. In fact, look at his numbers recently against everybody. Outstanding. Johnny Damon is in left field. He's going to bat second. Batting third, playing first base, Mark Teixeira. Alex Rodriguez at third will clean up. Batting fifth and DHing Hideki Matsui. He does not want August to end. Nick Swisher's in right field, batting sixth. Batting seventh, playing second base, Robinson Cano. Melky Cabrera in center, bats eighth, and batting ninth and catching Jose Molina.
On the mound for the Chicago White Sox, Mark Burley has struggled of late since that perfect game against Tampa Bay Rays. 11-7, 3.92 ERA, respectable. Let's take a look at the White Sox pitcher scouting report, brought to you by Mazda's Summer Drive Off event. Drive off with the best deals of the summer on a fun-to-drive Mazda. Too many changeups he thought he's been throwing. Teams have been sitting on it. We'll see how he handles that tonight. And damn Yankees, he's 1-6 in 9 career starts. The Yankees are 8-1 in Burley's 9 starts. And not so perfect, what we mentioned at the Open. He is 0-4 with a 6.2 ERA since that perfect game.
Count 1-1 for Jeter.
And works real fast, Michael.
Jeter hitting .331. He has 39 hits in the month of August. Fouled away. Let's take a look at the umpires tonight. That's always important. Rick Reed behind the plate. Jeff Kellogg is at first. Tim Timmons, the second base ump. And Mark Wegner is over at third. That one's driven deep to left center field. Going back, Rios looking up. See ya! A leadoff home run for Derek Jeter. And the Yankees lead 1-0.
How well he's done against Burley. This 424 batting average against the left-handers. This looked like a little cut fastball that tried to get it in on the hands of Derek Jeter. Obviously, he didn't get it in enough. Derek going long left center field here at Yankee Stadium.
17 homers, 60 runs batted in. And I know there's a guy on his team, the guy on deck right now, that has a claim to it as well. But Derek Jeter is definitely in the discussion for American League MVP, the type of season he's having. Johnny Damon lines on the right field, a base hit.
That's a super slow-mo, gets his foot down, pulls his hands in. See that ball out, perfect, getting the barrel of the bat, driving it. That's not really reminiscent of a Jeter-esque swing, but he'll catch a moment in a bat and spin on a guy if he thinks he's going to come inside. Nice swing.
Here's Teixeira. And the count 1-0. So a far cry from a perfect game for Burley here. He has really struggled, as Al detailed, since that perfect game.
You know, Michael, he's been talking about how he thinks teams are sitting on his changeup. But yet, when that's your pitch, and that is his pitch, changeup, you can't abandon it. It's just a matter of throwing enough fastballs in good locations. See a little cutter on there. 2-0 fastball. Teixeira kind of diving out over the plate a little bit. It gets in your head. He's been struggling, and you start thinking, do I need to invent pitches or just make better ones?
High fly ball, deep left. Quentin back, track, wall, and he makes the play. Damon was all the way to second. He'll head back to first. That looked, Al, as if the wind brought it in. If you look at the flags out in left center field, they are blowing briskly straight in toward home plate, and that saved a home run.
No doubt about it. I thought he got all of this. It sounded like a home run. Pulling his hands in his back elbow. He's getting it down the middle of the plate. Was able to drive it. Michael, you're right. This wind is blowing in enough. You saw Quentin go to the wall, and it just hung up there. Too much hang time from Teixeira and the Yankees. Boy, I thought he got it.
Here's Alex Rodriguez. Pitches high. Now, Jeter's home run was not affected by the wind because it was hit to the ballpark where the back wall kind of cordons off the wind. But right there, where Teixeira's was hit, there's an opening. You see right here where the wind was coming through and blew the ball back.
Burley's such a fast worker. People certainly love it when they're playing behind him, and he's a quick-paced guy. But he throws a lot of strikes, and that's a good thing. He's only had one leadoff walk in his last 11 starts.
High fly ball, left field. Carlos Quentin again comes in because the wind takes it 2 away. Well, we've seen some of the defenders already, but let's take a complete look at the White Sox defense. Quentin Rios and Jermaine Dye. Rios making his 9th start in center field with the Sox. The Sox picked him up from the Blue Jays off a waiver claim. Didn't give up anything for him. Beckham, Ramirez, Nix, and Konerko, third to first. Castro behind the plate, and Burley on the mound. Castro was the catcher when Burley pitched that perfect game.
First time he ever caught him. That was the first time ever in history.
That one is ripped to right field. A base hit. Boy, is Matsui locked in. As Damon advances to second.
Matsui jumping on this first little cut fastball. See it middle away. Kind of has his hips out, but just such a nice level swing through the zone. Holds his hips, line drive. They know, the Yankee hitters know that Mark Burley's going to be around the plate. He throws a lot of strikes. Being able to drive that ball. That ball's up in the zone.
One run in, runners on first and second, 2 outs, and here's Nick Swisher. 1 hit in his last 17 at bats. There's that changeup for a strike. Good numbers against Burley, a teammate of Burley's last year, 8 for 17. Right in on the fist that popped up. And that's going to make it out of play. Tonight's closed captioning is brought to you by your local Lexus dealers. Rain pelting the field here at Yankee Stadium. And the 0-2.
I guess with the tropical storm, they'd try to get this one in, huh, Michael? Coming through Saturday.
Supposed to be bad weather Saturday. Sunday's supposed to be beautiful. Nice play by the ball boy.
Slick track. Sliding all over the place.
The 1-2. 2-2. Ozzie Guillen does not want to get his White Sox cap wet. He'll get a towel over. Two. Skips rope to get out of the way, and that's going to release the runners. 3-2 and 2 outs. That's his 106th full count. 106.
Makes him such a tough at bat, even though I know he's been struggling a bit. He's 4th in the American League in walks. Started this at bat with 0-2. Now here he's going to see his 6th pitch.
Runners go, and that one's grounded to short. Alexei Ramirez will make the play, and that'll do it. But the Yankees take the lead, 1 run on 3 hits, and the run came on this swing. Derek Jeter's 17th homer of the year. Yankees lead 1-0. They're 51-16 when they score. Made one more big run at the Yankees for the division title. Well, what do you think? Go to my9tv.com, the blog, or email us a video with your thoughts. It's Take on Russ, brought to you by Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward. The rain intensifying here at Yankee Stadium. Here's Paul Konerko, a .368 hitter against left-handed pitchers. And the lefty deals low.
Konerko against CC Sabathia, only .212 lifetime, but of that low batting average, 5 home runs against. Pretty fair body of work when CC was with the Indians in the AL Central.
And the 1-1. does a pitcher have a different mindset, Al, because it's raining and you know it might not go full? Are you trying to pitch quickly and just get the batters through?
Not early on, Michael. But if it gets to 4th or 5th inning, you know you have a little bit of a comfortable lead, because let's face it, one pitch could turn the game around. So you got to stay within your game and not think about it.
High fly ball into the Bronx Knight. Melky Cabrera loses the ball, and Nick Swisher tries to make the play but can't. The wind is wreaking havoc with fly balls as Cano is at second. And that's going to be scored a double. That was not Nick Swisher's fault. He was trying to save Melky on that one.
Well, either off the bat. Now, you have the twilight hit there, right there. He's saying to Nick Swisher, I don't see it. There's a cloudy, gloomy look to the sky right there, and obviously he did not see it off the bat, immediately hoping that Nick Swisher would come out and help him out. Obviously, by then it was too late. This is a strange sky right now. You have the dusk and then also dark spots of the cloud. Clearly, Melky lost it off the bat.
Valiant try by Nick Swisher. Yeah, the sky is a weird color right now. Certainly not nighttime. And far from day. That one's fouled away on the bat of Dye. Boy, Dye's really in a slump. 2 for his last 26. Melky is panicking right there. He has no idea. And Nick Swisher with a late attempt at a save.
He's saying, I didn't see it either, I guess. At last minute. So important during dusk, especially, to catch it off the bat.
Count 0-2. That one's drilled deep to left field. Fair ball. It's gone. It is foul. Deep into the second deck. Did he give that a ride?
That's where you see rubbing his head. It's like, oh boy, thank God that was foul ball. Dye, career-wise, done very well against CC Sabathia. See it just hooking. Oh, foul by a good amount. Career-wise, 304 with 5 home runs against Sabathia.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, said Jeff Kellogg. 3rd strikeout for Sabathia. And Jermaine Dye not liking that call. Ozzie looks like he's about to go 3 rounds. That didn't look like he went at all.
Well, the ruling is what's so obscure and not very definitive. The effort or intent to swing. A lot of umpires will use the barrel of the bat crossing the plane of home plate into fair territory. They'll see the bat coming up, in that case of Kellogg, up to the first base foul line.
There's Carlos Quentin celebrating his 27th birthday tonight. The verbiage in the rules are so ridiculous. Like a balk, attempt to deceive the base runner. Well, every time you throw over there, you're trying to deceive the base runner, so every time is a balk. Every time you have the intent to swing, it's whether or not you stop the intent.
Well, I think, Michael, they keep it vague because if there was a definitive answer to a description to say, okay, the barrel of the bat has to cross the plane, then it still becomes subjective because now you have a defined answer to, well, did the bat pass the plane? And I think each umpire still has a tough angle to see whether it did or not.
But wouldn't you rather work with a detailed definition, a specific definition, rather than something so vague?
Yeah.
You know, like intent to swing or the intent to deceive the base runner. I mean, it's ridiculous semantics.
Yep. Well, I think we could open up the rule book and probably see a lot of legalese that doesn't make sense.
The 1-2. Ripped into the seats. One out, runner on second. That's a double for Cano. That's how it's in the box score. But obviously, it was a fly ball to center that was lost in the sky. I don't know. I wonder if this is still referred to as gloaming.
Gloaming?
Let's still look happened to the gloaming. There was an old-time home run. I think it was against the Chicago Cubs, where it was a homer in the gloaming. Nobody knew where it landed, but there were obviously no lights. It was back in the 20s. Gloaming is kind of what the sky is right now. Gloaming. And that's swinging and missing. Fourth strikeout for CC.
It's a nice pitch, CC Sabathia. He's got the power fastball. See this little run down and away. It's a two-seamer that runs that little sink, and it's just enough off of his mid-90 fastball to get Quentin out in front. Watching CC with the Yankees this year, didn't realize how many kind of a BP to a change-up velocity fastball down the way. Very effective for a guy who throws as hard as CC Sabathia does.
Here's Alex Rios. Tells you that the White Sox got Rios on a waiver claim because he has so much money left on his contract, and the Blue Jays just trying to shed some salary. When the White Sox put in a claim when they tried to get him through waivers, the Blue Jays said take him.
Yeah, well, he hasn't done very well. He's sat now a few games and only batted .200 with the White Sox.
Way out in front.
CC pulling the string a little bit on that slider.
Yes, he did. 5 strikeouts in 2 innings for CC Sabathia. So he survives the misplayed fly ball to center field. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. CC is dealing in the rain as we go to the bottom of the second. It's out the bottom of the second inning, and Mark Burley starts him high. 1-0. 1-0 Yankees on Derek Jeter's home run to lead off the first inning. His 22nd career leadoff home run. Why don't more pitchers work this quickly, Al?
You're talking to a guy who worked rather slowly.
I know.
First of all, it has to be part of your rhythm. It has to be part of your tempo. And then you have to feel good about what you're doing as far as success. And obviously right now Burley hasn't done that, but he's staying consistent with his routine. I think it's a matter of habit. I think you get caught into, maybe taking too much time, because most pitching coaches will always tell you, look at that, 2 hours and 42 minutes average time of the game and the starts.
7 of them under 2 hours. Now, you had a teammate, Steve Traxel. I mean, it was painful to watch the games, and I'm sure that he was told constantly to speed things up. I guess you just can't, right?
You can't, and we talked about it, and mine was more, I just threw a gazillion pitches.
Right, you didn't take that much time between pitches.
No, and he just, certain guys, they're convinced that the routine of like this moment right here, getting on the rubber, getting your sign, taking a breath, whatever your mechanisms are, and then it just becomes habit.
Popped up, shallow left. Quinton coming on. 1 away. Time for tonight's Smile of the Game, brought to you by new McCafe coffees, made with fresh ground espresso, now at McDonald's. You guys happy?
Blue eyes.
Smile.
Huh?
Those are kind of blue, green, purple, almost Elizabeth Taylor's eyes. Melky Cabrera takes low.
But ideally, if you could, oh, that's good right there. Melky stepping out, seeing the tempo, just disrupt it. And it really is about pitcher's routine and tempo.
We talk about Burley, how he struggled since the perfect game, but the very next day, the very next start, he almost threw another perfect game against the Twins. That was a base hit through the left side, but since then it's been downhill.
Well, he had one other start in there, Michael, against, I think it was Seattle. And he pitched a good ball game. Got a no decision. Yeah, he went 8 innings. Nice, good hitting right here. Look at Melky breaking down, fooled, but is able to get enough of the barrel of the bat and scooting it by Beckham. Nice hitting. Now, even though Melky was spent with his body, by keeping his hands back, is able to still get enough on the ball to get it through the infield. Looking at those numbers there, it is a bit deceiving. He had the perfect game. Was it perfect game or no hitter? He had a walk. Oh no, it was perfect game, and then he walked the guy to break the perfect game, or the perfect game. And then he had given up 5 runs in the 7th against Minnesota.
And there were a lot of bloopers and bleeders, and he kind of came off this little whiny. He said, "I don't mind giving up hard base hits, but this is the perfect game." A pretty good Tampa Bay team he mowed down.
With a catcher who was just called over up to the White Sox. First time he ever faced him with Mocas Castro. I think more than that, the whole pitcher-catcher battery scenario.
You know what it could be? We just got a shot. He was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. There's always a jinx.
Has anybody been not jinxed by it?
Did you ever make the cover?
No, come on.
Why? You pitched in World Series and you had a no-hitter. Did you ever like in the corner, like celebrating, make the cover?
That would have been the only shot. And 4 days later, Dwight Gooden threw no-hitter for the Yankees that year, and I think he was on the cover.
It's worth noting that Melky, last time he faced Burley, hit for the cycle.
That was a heck of a game. He's got the first one out of the way.
Molina pops it up. Canerco. 2 outs. Now, Al, if you want to work as quickly as Burley does, don't you have to have total faith in your catcher? You can't shake off.
Yes. Yeah.
If you're going to work quickly, you can't shake off.
And he doesn't shake. He's one of those pitchers that, look, there's pitchers that will just say, hey, look, this is what I have. This is my strength. I have my changeup's number 1, throw a cuff fastball, and I'll ride a four-seamer. Go with it. You know, we'll go over the scouting report. You sit down before the game, and you know how you're going to pitch these guys. And after that, there's certain guys they just don't. This should be a throw over. Step off the little hook 'em horns there.
David Cohn just texted me. He said, if you don't shake off, you give up pitch, you could always blame the catcher. Jeter grounds it to third. Beckham over to second, and that's going to do it. In the second inning, no runs are hit, no errors, and one man left on base. We play two. It's 1-0 Yankees. Tri-state dealers. They just got underway in Baltimore. Rain delay, no score. Indians and the Orioles. Bottom of the first, a rain delay. Tampa Bay and Detroit. A lot of rain. Top of the second, Toronto and Boston, no score. 8:10 start, Texas and Minnesota. So that's about 20 minutes away. Tough loss for the Mets. 8th inning home run by Alfonso Soriano. Cubs lead the Mets 5-2. Philly 1-0 over Atlanta. Bottom of the second, delayed. Cincinnati 1-0 over the Dodgers. Bottom of the second. Colorado and San Francisco a little later on. On the KFC scoreboard, it's 1-0 thanks to Derek Jeter's leadoff home run in the first inning. Alexi Ramirez has a 1-0 count. And the breaking ball is a strike, count 1-1. Sabathia with 5 strikeouts over the first 2 innings.
Throwing strikes, getting ahead. Talk about Burley being a guy that throw a lot of strikes right now. CC Sabathia locked in.
The rain has subsided at the moment here at the stadium, which is good news.
Wind comes from the north. That's been happening a lot out of this weather pattern of late. I don't know what it means.
I was wondering, why does that concern you?
Coming from the west.
There's a ground ball is short. Tough hop for Jeter. And there's one away. He's an American sports icon and a legend in the city of New York. Wednesday night, the Yes Network's Emmy-winning series Yankeeography profiles the architect of the modern Yankees dynasty, the boss, George Steinbrenner. Don't miss this special 90-minute premiere with limited commercial interruption. Wednesday night at 11, only on Yes. That should be something else. Pitch is outside. Castro 4 hits in his last 8 at bats. Boy, that changeup is so effective today. And that changeup is a lot of guys' fastballs. He's 87 miles an hour with the change, but there's enough of a separation between that and his fastball. But it's not your classic changeout. It's kind of a BP fastball.
Well, that's why. But what you just described exactly right. The velocity is as good as many major league fastballs, and that's why sometimes it is viewed as a BP fastball.
Do you throw a BP fastball differently than you would a change?
Yes, you choke. Basically choke a fastball or spread your fingers on the fastball to where you just want more pressure and more drag on it, and a changeup you come off the ball a little bit, keep your index finger off.
Swing and a miss. Castro down on strike. Strikeout number 6.
A lot of guys will throw a BP fastball, but here's a 4-seamer and a 2-seamer. What will happen is you'll choke the ball and then throw a fastball. Either choke it, either spread your fingers. You mentioned David Cone. More of a split finger, and you just want more drag on the ball. You want tighter grip. And a changeup, you get your index finger off, a circle change, and stay inside the baseball, which is what CC throws. There you see his index finger off the ball, but he's just such a strong man. He's able to throw a changeup. Not many guys will throw their changeup in the high 80s, and he's got that kind of arm speed. And you mentioned about the effectiveness of it.
That one is looped into right center field. It's a base hit. You know what was fascinating about that shot coming out of the glove like that, Al? It looked like as he was about to deliver the ball, his thumb came off the ball, and he's holding the ball with just the 4 fingers.
So more of a palm ball.
It was really weird because there was separation. Watch when he delivers this ball. The thumb is going to come off the ball as he's about to deliver it.
Yeah,
right there.
Oh, yeah.
See?
Just slightly, yeah. Pick it up and put it down. That, I haven't admired and watched CC for several years now, but now getting to watch him more often as with the Yankees, I didn't realize how good his changeup is. I mean, it really offsets his explosive fastball and that devastating slider.
Beckham fouls it away.
When you talk about adjustments and pitchers and their stuff and, the front-end guys, here's what Michael's saying. Watch his thumb.
And it seems like it's so loose in his hand.
See it pull up a little bit. Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, he's got a little separation in his palm there.
And usually you say you want to choke the baseball, right, on a changeup, so he's kind of working contrary to that.
Normally, to get velocity off the ball, you choke it, then your wrist would be restricted somewhat.
Loves him on the ball. He's 33-9 in his career, 5-0 this year.
Well, it could be the first 16-game winner in Major League Baseball in this outing tonight.
He's in the discussion for the Cy Young Award, which he won in 2007. Al pointed that out when we opened up the broadcast.
Oh, absolutely.
The 0-2. Rounded to second. Cano is right there. And that'll do it here in the 3rd inning. No runs a hit, no errors, and one man left on base. Let's take it to the bottom of the 3rd inning. 1-0 Yanks. He's lead 1-0. Johnny Damon will lead off. And there's a strike from Burley. On the KFC scoreboard, 1-4-0 for the Yanks. And 0-2-0 for the White Sox. That one's driven deep to right field. Turning, looking is die. See ya. Home run into the short porch for Johnny Damon. And the Yankees lead 2-0. 23rd home run for Johnny Damon. 69th run batted in. 2-0 Yankee lead.
Getting this hanging breaking ball. Looked like a little bit was taken off of Burley's slider and up in the zone enough. Johnny Damon, like any good major league hitter, loves those hanging breaking balls up in the zone. Deposit there in right field.
And the pitch to Teixeira is up and in, 1-0.
Up, that is a hanging breaking ball.
Yesterday, 7-2 Yankee loss. The Yankees were the ones victimized by the long ball. But today, the Yankees have 2.
Watch this hanger, middle, up. Just, especially here, right field, you don't want to allow these left-handed hitters to pull a ball.
And that one is laced into the corner. It's a base hit. Dive played in the corner. Teixeira's going for 2. He'll make it. A double for Mark Teixeira.
Staying at right field, nice hitting. The ball was up in the zone, didn't try to do a whole lot with it. Staying on the ball, the right field, the 32nd double of the year. What a year Mark Teixeira's having right out of the box. Even though Dye got a good tear him, he's saying, okay, I got to bust it right now. Dye, strong arm, not as strong as he used to be. Getting a little older, Jermaine Dye. Made it close.
Pitch is high to A-Rod. Count 2-0.
We said at the open, as good a pitcher Burley has been, some teams just have their certain pitchers' numbers. 1-6 career against the Yankees. Certainly not a lineup for any major league pitcher to be dealing with if you're struggling, as Burley has.
A-Rod walks on 4 pitches. I wonder how much of that was pitching around him with the lefty coming up. 47 pitches for Burley here, with still nobody out in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Ozzy's trying all manners of using that towel around the shoulders, on the hat, now using it as an ascot.
Ozzy pretty much do as he pleases.
Blue Jays lead the Red Sox 3-0, top of the 2nd inning. Pitch outside. Aaron Hill, a 3-run home run for Toronto. Yankees have a 6-game lead over the Red Sox as we enter play tonight. Strike.
Look at the year, Aaron Hill. 31 home runs now. 2nd baseman.
He just missed
Oh,
it.
yeah. Even though he was a tad bit late, that ball cut away from Matsui, but nice swing. He wasn't late because of velocity, just more about peeling off this ball. You see where the Castro wanted that ball and ended up being middle of the plate. Matsui knows it. Missed it. And both sides know that too, Michael. Burley, when you're missing command-wise, and this isn't the Mark Burley when he's on. This guy, for a considerable part of Mark Burley's career, is a front-end guy. And so far, he's just in between. He's missing with his spots. There's a good changeup. That's when a hitter, Matsui, when they know they missed a pitch, and even though Mark Buehrle's been struggling, that's the pitch they say, I hope I get another one. Just a good bottom dropping out of his changeup. Down the front. I think Matsui winced a little bit there at the end. He's had some knee troubles off and on over the year here.
So one down. Here is Nick Swisher, who grounded to short in the first inning. Count 1-0. And the pitch. Rock foul. Made himself a buddy.
You ever catch a foul ball?
Never. Never even came close. They didn't come to the last row of the upper deck behind the plate. That's where I usually sat as a kid. Grounded slowly to third. Beckham, bare hands, and a nice play by the rookie to get Swisher as the runners move up.
Young Gordon Beckham, shortstop out of college. Nice play. The grass a little wet, all in one motion. Getting Swisher easily. A little athleticism from the young third baseman. See the wet on the ball, making sure. Biggest concern there is make sure you get a good grip on the ball and don't think about throwing it before you actually field it. Good play.
Did you ever catch a foul ball?
I did. Ron Guidry, I don't know what year it was. I think somewhere in the late 70s. Down the right field line, Burger Chef gave away those tickets. Remember Burger Chef?
Burger Chef? No.
Yeah. Oh, down the shore, they had Burger Chef.
There's a ground ball to short. And that'll do it. So Buehrle gets out of further trouble. The Yankees get a run on Johnny Damon's 23rd home run. How significant is that? He's now one home run shy of his career high, 24 in a year. Yankees have a 2-0 lead after 3. Go to the 4th inning. Big, healthy cut by Tony. Tomei struck out looking in the 1st inning. Sabathia really dealing tonight. 6 strikeouts over 3.
Tomei will be an interesting case of what he's done. There you go, the active home runs, 564 home runs. Is he a Hall of Famer?
You know what? It's an amazing conversation, Al, because as well respected as he is, I look at Jim Thome and I don't think, wow, that's one of the greatest players I've ever seen. But 564 home runs. He has never been implicated in any of the steroid allegations. And how do you keep him out at 564, Al? It's almost impossible. But I just don't know if I feel that he's a Hall of Famer.
No, I hear you. Did he ever win an MVP? I said over 1,500 RBIs. Certainly, power-wise and RBIs is in consideration.
His first home run of the 564 was against the Beast, Steve Farr. Not a big crowd at the stadium that night. Things were different in '91 for those that don't remember.
Lean
years. The 1-2. Check swing. Did he go? No, said Mark Wegner.
How about that? The first one. Well, it's all interpretation. We said earlier with Jeff Collog's ringing up of Jermaine Dye. Mark Wegner's got a little different look.
Just missed. Trying to nip the outside corner.
Said about the MVPs. Jim Thome has not won an MVP, 5-time All-Star.
Three-2. Swing and a miss, out. 7 strikeouts.
Right, threw the same pitch of the ball that was called by Rick Reed, and they came back with it. And that effectiveness of a good, that was more of a cut fastball. CCL throwing a slider, and then see that late cutting break. It has a velocity close to his fastball velocity, and just at the very end, that down and away cut.
Konerko got a gift double in the second inning, a fly ball that was lost in the early evening by Melky Cabrera.
CC proceeded to strike out the side. Dye, Quinton, and Rios helping out his teammate. And Molina taking a little pause there. Certain ways of letting the umpire know you don't have to turn around, you don't have to talk. He's talking to him now. Could do it subtly enough to where an umpire knows either A, he missed it, or okay, I'll watch a little closer.
Oh, he's got good stuff tonight. He's had good stuff all month. And he also matches up well against the White Sox. He's 15-4 lifetime against the White Sox. 50 pitches for Sabathia, so he's doing it economically. It's starting to rain a little bit harder here at the stadium. He had strikeout number 8.
Well, let's take a look here. Rick Reed getting a good look. I'm not sure. Wow. There are no old school umpires too. Oh yeah, you didn't like that last one. Get a load of this one.
Time for the Jeep Trivia question, brought to you by your local Jeep dealers. Who's the last White Sox player to win American League Rookie of the Year? We'll find out at the bottom of the 4th. Driven out to right center. Melky Cabrera sees this one and he'll put it away for the second out.
Saw that one. Darker sky, obviously dark here at the stadium. Good backdrop now. White ball in that black sky. Molina giving a little look to CC, stay back. Just reminded him immediately certain little checkpoints of every pitcher just to get them back in a rhythm. It's such a good look. You know, every cat, Posada does that well, I think, where, you know, they can see the delivery so often. You see the nuance of either guy pulling his front side or maybe opening up too soon. Poor direction.
There's a ground ball to third. Alex Rodriguez makes the play, and a 1-2-3 inning for CC Sabathia as he continues to mow down the White Sox. And we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's 2-0 Yankees. Will lead off, and the first pitch from Mark Burley is low. Al, I got a good old-fashioned letter from a 90-year-old viewer. Her name is Carolyn Wiener.
Share it with me.
And she said that she had heard us talking about that game where Warren Spahn and Juan Marichal had hooked up in a 16-inning shutout. Willie Mays ended it with a home run. She said that she had read once that Carl Hubble once pitched an 18-inning game, and if I could look it up. And we did look it up. Carl Hubble did throw an 18-inning shutout on July 2nd of 1933.
How many pitches do you think?
Probably didn't have a pitch count on the scoreboard at that time. Anyway, Carolyn, you were right, and we thank you for watching and writing as well.
Where's Carolyn from?
Carolyn's from Bayside.
Nice.
And she's so cute because on the corner of the return address, she wrote "Elder Fan." Carolyn, you don't have to say that. You're just a fan. There's a ground ball and a base hit from Melky Cabrera. Melky likes hitting against Mark Burley. The cycle last time, now he's 2 for 2. Let's take a look at the answer to that trivia question. Last White Sox player to win American League Rookie of the Year. Gordon Beckham could win it this year. Let's see who the last one was to win it. Ozzie Guillen.
Oh, Oz. 85.
It's not that cold, Ozzie. Stop.
Who wears sweatshirts?
Goodness.
He is colorful. Character does not care what he says for the most part.
Ozzie, a little slap against David Wells into the corner.
Had fun playing. You know, he's always saying something now, obviously, as manager, skipper of this team. But My experience with Ozzy has always been very pleasant. Currently slowing down a little bit, laboring, but these Yankee hitters as a whole just historically have always given tough at bats. Wait pitches out, foul off the tough pitch.
Grounded sharply to Beckham. Let's see if they can turn two. There's one on to first and around the horn. 5-4-3 double play.
Well, the justice in this game, he hits it well, but just right at Beckham. Beckham a little bit to his right. Planning, knowing the runner, Molina not very fast. Good exchange. Sometimes it's not how hard you hit it, it's where you hit it. I mentioned earlier, Canerco getting a gift double with the twilight sky.
There's Derek Jeter, leadoff home run in the first inning. Those are the Turturro brothers. Nick on the left, John on the right, and John actually played Billy Martin in the movie Bronx is Burning. Derek Jeter is out, and Billy Martin's son told me that when he watched that portrayal, he got goosebumps because he couldn't believe how much John Turturro was channeling his father. 2-0 Yankees, who go to the fifth. Advance. Burger King. Get delicious 2 for $4 King deals every day of the week at Burger King. And by Chevrolet. Find your nearest Chevrolet dealer on ChevyOffers.com. Well, with the rain falling and also more of it in the forecast, an important inning here. The Yankees lead, so if they get 3 outs in an official game, Carlos Quentin swings and misses. On the Nissan scoreboard, 2-7-0 Yanks, 0-2-0. For the White Sox. First game of a 3-game set. Then the Yankees hit the road. 3 in Baltimore and 4 in Toronto. The 0-1.
Similar type players the White Sox have, but I'll tell you, Carlos Quentin last year, he was on pace for maybe an American League MVP, 36 home runs, 100 RBIs, ended up with the plantar fasciitis, ruined his year, and didn't start the year active here in '09.
Cano. One away. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the aforementioned New York Yankees. Some hardy fans right there. It is coming down.
There are a lot of umbrellas here. Some stadiums, they don't allow that.
In football stadiums, they usually. I don't think they do in Florida.
Florida,
which is the place where they should sell them at concessions.
You know what? They have umbrellas every night open. Summertime.
BO1.
White Sox are hoping Alex Rios gets turned around this year. A young kid, just didn't pan out for the Blue Jays. #1 pick. Has not done well since the trade, but I imagine that's got to play on his mind. I mean, they basically just gave him away just to get rid of the contract that was owed to him, the Toronto Blue Jays. White Sox hoping that Greg Walker, the hitting coach here with the White Sox, along with Ozzie Guillen and this coaching staff, maybe get him on track to be the player that a lot of scouts have thought he would be. Has not lived up to that yet. A lot of potential.
3-2.
Look at the balls to strike ratio. That is fantastic. More than 2-to-1, 47 strikes, 17 balls.
There's that changeup, nasty pitch, strikeout number 8 for Sabathia.
That is a 14th strikeout since with the White Sox. That changeup has been very good for CC tonight. Out in front a little bit, he waved at a little two-seam fastball away. Just not comfortable. Alex Rios, good pitch by CC.
Tough times for Alex Rios. 2 strikeouts tonight. That's ripped inside third, past A-Rod and down the left field line. Ramirez thinking about 2. He's going to hold right there as Johnny Damon holds him to a single. It's slow going right now, and you really don't want to take a chance. Rain's been falling steadily, so it's not a fast track.
I'll tell you also, too, Michael, Ramirez is a very good runner. He's out in front of this little sink-it fastball away. He's also out of the box, but knowing Johnny Damon doesn't have the strongest arm, but Johnny gets to this ball quickly. The ball gets to the outfield strong enough, but Johnny makes a nice throw, got in front of it. Right here, Ramirez got to be thinking, hey, maybe I can get 2 out of this. Good play for Johnny to cut that ball off.
Castro grounds one to Jeter. He'll go the short way, gets the force at second, and that's going to do it. It is an official game here at Yankee Stadium. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. The end of 4.5. We're halfway through. Yankees up by 2. Punk the one in charge. Find out on tonight's action-packed WWE SmackDown at a special time, 11 p.m. right here on My 9. Johnny Damon takes a strike from Mark Burley.
Who's that? Punk?
Slap the third. Backhanded by Beckham off foul and throw. Good play by the rookie. CM Punk.
CM. Beckham showing that slick fielding prowess that he patrolled shortstop. And the White Sox thought when they had him come up as a third baseman, they like Alexi Ramirez at short. People thought around baseball, does he have the power to sustain a position at third base? And the White Sox coaching staff, they think this guy's going to be a 20-plus home run guy. Fill in a little bit.
Nissan scoreboard, 2-0 Yankees. In that case, you want to backhand him like Beckham. Another try, but that one's foul. Does that really annoy a pitcher? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Well, here, okay, Steve Donahue, the assistant trainer, is doing it 4cc, but when you're out there, put the diamond dry and it's wet and get on the grass, yeah, your cleats, however heavy they are, it's twice the weight, picking that knee up every time.
Kind of backhands that off of Alexi Ramirez, and it'll be an E6. Well, Serena Williams threw out the first pitch today. That seemed like one of those backhand returns.
He's out in front. Probably had a little goofy hop to it, but in conditions like this, the infielders have to assume the worst. It checked up on him a little bit. Had an odd cue ball spin to it. A little bit nonchalant, although he did have it in front of him. I think it was just a matter of having an odd spin to the ball.
Here's Alex Rodriguez inside. Alex still trying to find it. He was 4 for 11 against Texas. And of late, 11 for his last 33. So he was in a real lull before that, starting to pick it up. The E6 on Ramirez is 17th of the year, so he's got to be a little more steady out there to play shortstop. Drive to left field and a base hit. So Teixeira will move to second.
Burley's been pounding Alex Rodriguez in. The ball's inside. This back elbow is the key to getting the barrel of the bat to the ball. Pulling his hands in it, now the barrel can get pushed through or extended through the zone. It's the only way for a hitter to be able to keep that fair and hit it hard enough to the outfield. Nice hitting by Alex Rodriguez.
76 pitches for Burley. Yankees are leading 2-0. And here's Matsui. He is 1 for 2. 8 homers and 24 ribbies this month for Matsui. That was popped up. Quinton battling that win will put it away for the second out.
Gingerly after his last at bat, Matsui struck out on a off-speed pitch. He's winced a little bit with his turning of his left knee.
Yankees tonight 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Their 2 runs came with solo home runs. A solo home run by Jeter and then a solo home run by Damon. Jeter's in the first, Damon's in the third. Strike. Yankees lost yesterday 7-2. They were 2 for 12 with runners in scoring position. A.J. Fournette actually pitched very well, made that one mistake. Home run served up to Ian Kinsler. And the Yankees dropped their first series here at the stadium since the middle of June when they lost 2 out of 3 to the Washington Nationals.
Looks like the Rangers are here to stay right through it. All the talk about their rotation and the pitching staff. Nolan Ryan expecting more out of their pitchers. Forget about the Texas Heat. Trying to get the pitch counts up and getting away from that proverbial 100 pitch count being the bells and whistles. Fire bells. Elvis Andrus, a nice move.
Boy, can he play short?
Yeah, bringing Michael Young. You know, there was a lot of mixing and matches that they had to do.
Rangers a game and a half behind the Red Sox, who are losing to the Blue Jays, and the Rays 3.5 out. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Yankees up by 2. And another full count for Nick Swisher. Along with Al Leiter, I'm Michael Kay. You're watching Yankees baseball right here on My 9. We thank you for spending some time with us on this rainy Friday evening. So far it's been Yankees 2-0, bottom of the 5th inning. It's an official game as the rain continues to fall, with more in the forecast as the night moves on. Teixeira's at second, Rodriguez at first. They'll both be going on the 3-2 pitch and 2 outs. And they'll do it again.
That's a critical pitch, that 2-2 with the 2 outs. Obviously the runner's running, but any kind of even gap or single has a chance of having the runner at first base. Alex Rodriguez not as fast as he once was, especially after the hip injury.
(3-2), and he walked him, so the bases are loaded. Big chance here for Robinson Cano to give the Yankees some separation. It's 2-0, and it seems like it's been all Yankees tonight because Sabathia has been so dominant. But 2-0 certainly is not comfortable.
No question about it. 2 runs, especially in American League. Although the White Sox have been struggling scoring, this would be a big hit for the Yankees.
Strike. Doesn't have great numbers with the bases loaded. 248. And the players have the good numbers know that the pressure's on the pitcher. And Robinson's numbers just go down a bit as Burley makes a nice stab for the final out of the 5th. No runs a hit, 1 error. The bases left loaded. Let's go to the 6th inning. 2-0. 7:30 here on My 9. This is football weather right now, as Jason Nix leads off. Rangers were in town yesterday. Now Nix. Al, do you have a pulse tonight or what?
I was going to come up with all the different teams, but I don't know.
The 1-0. Hey, I got to ask you something. Yesterday, Phil Koch gave up a home run, a 3-run shot that kind of broke the game open, and then afterward he said, "You know what? I didn't throw that pitch with commitment." What does that mean?
Conviction, commitment.
He said commitment.
Yeah. Well, you have to have your mind and heart behind it, and there's a lot of times when pitchers don't necessarily either think that this is the right pitch they want to throw, but they'll throw it anyway.
Why? Why throw it anyway if you don't believe it?
Well, no, there are many times during the night where maybe you're thinking fastball in, and he'll give a fastball away, and you'll agree to it because you're going to go with your catcher.
Grounded, past the diving Alex Rodriguez. Johnny Damon fields quickly and holds Nix to a single.
But the difference in that, Michael, is that you have to have conviction. Now, whether it's the pitch you wanted to throw or not, whether somebody's calling pitches for you, Nick's getting that little two-seam changeup up away, just out of the reach of Alex. Hot smash, couldn't handle that one. Then it becomes a matter as to whether your mind is in it before, and that happens. That happens certainly as a starting pitcher. Now, it's extremely important as a reliever because you're only in there for 10, 12, however many pitches, and every pitch matters. So you better have conviction behind it, and most of the time, it should be all the time, major league pitchers will have conviction, but you'll hear that often.
And here's that home run that he gave up on a bad slider.
Well, I mean, was that a first pitch?
Yeah.
All right, first pitch slider. I don't know. Obviously, it wasn't doing the game, but they're normally lefty on lefty. You're going to try to get to an out pitch, especially if it's an aggressive hitter and they're swinging. Not too many major league hitters are not looking for a fastball.
See, but here's his quote, Al. Asked to elaborate on what commitment means or committed means. It means that I didn't want to throw it. In the back of my mind, I was thinking I should throw something different. I'd prefer to start him out with a fastball away, but I have complete faith and trust in Molina. It was just a lapse of intelligence on my part. Well, how can you have complete faith in Molina and then not be committed to the pitch?
Well, you're right. So then, therefore, even though the intelligence, I don't know, that sounds like a real sophisticated answer. The point that I guess that he probably was trying to make is that he should have stepped off, didn't want to throw the first pitch slider, whatever he wanted to throw. What did he do, a fastball away? But it happens a lot. You normally don't have a story written about it.
Also, I'm not taking exception to it, but you said there's a story written about it because they asked him about it and he kind of gave up Molina. I made a mistake with the pitch. And just leave it at that. I mean, talk about I didn't throw the pitch with commitment. Well, you're the one who throws the pitch.
Yeah.
And if you don't feel good about it, step off and talk to the catcher.
Well, and I also think that's a rookie mistake sometimes. The frustration behind it, and then you end up saying some things to the press that you would like to take back. But, yeah, I mean, in the context of that article and those quotes, it doesn't sit well when you're now questioned as to whether you actually wanted to throw it. You say that wasn't a pitch you wanted to throw. And I'm telling you that happens a lot over the course of the night. But you don't talk about it.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. Strikeout number 9 for Sabathia. And Beckham has now struck out in 12 straight games. Time for the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Limpy, America's sub shop. 2-0 Cleveland over Baltimore, bottom of the second inning. Detroit over Tampa Bay, 6-0, bottom of the fourth. Toronto 3-0 over Boston, top of the fourth at Fenway. And Minnesota 3-0 over Texas in the bottom of the first. In the National League, Mets lost to the Cubs 5-2. Philadelphia 1-0 Atlanta over Atlanta, bottom of the second. Cincinnati 3-0 over the Dodgers, bottom of the fifth. Colorado at San Francisco. Later on, that's a game with huge wild card implications.
Beckett hit Marco Scutaro, who got taken out of the game in the head. Hopefully Marco Scudero's all right.
Walked off under his own power. Tomei has struck out twice. Once looking, once swinging against Sabathia. Now, Al, you owned Tomei when the two of you played, faced off against each other. He was 5 for 30 against you, 9 strikeouts, but 2 of the 5 home runs. Hit 167 against you. What did you do? Just keep throwing cutters?
I think he got one when he was with the Phillies, and I remember early in his career when he was in Cleveland. No, you know what? I always try to expand with him. Get him in swing mode, even though he's got a good eye. But if you get him, Tomei thinking that you're going to come after him, he's kind of one of those hitters saying, okay, you're geared up, I'm geared up. And then they'll end up chasing something high out of the zone.
Go 1-2. Just missed. Let's take a look at Tomei taking you deep.
Oh, Toronto. Cleveland, yeah, okay. Look at that. That was a meatball. Oh, that's a while ago. What year is that?
I think that was 1941. We colorized that just for the viewers. The 2-2. Did he go? Did he go? Yes, he did. Mark Regner punches him out. 10 strikeouts. That ties his season high.
First one of his 10. Have sliders, fastball, it's all over today. Got a check swing there with his fastball. Great location. I think his changeup has been really offsetting his slider in on the righties, and then the explosive fastball down the way. He has been on, mostly getting ahead, throwing strikes. Not only establishing his fastball, but so impressed with CC Sabathia's really 3-pitch quality stuff. His repertoire is not just a 2-pitch guy, he's 3-pitch.
Pitch to Cano is a strike. It's CC's 21st career double-digit strikeout game. Yesterday and today combined, the Yankees have 25 strikeouts.
See it right here. Pain away, and then corner again, 0-2. In that spot all night long, we could discuss CC Sabathia. You're going to have a dominating hour. Expand here, something in the dirt, or come higher than high. Nick's peeking in at Molina's side, seeing if it's some kind of breaking ball to dirt. 0-2 count, giving a chance to maybe steal a bag here.
Fouled away. .85 pitches for Sabathia. This is the 11th matchup between Sabathia and Burley. And Sabathia has certainly gotten the better of Burley. He's 6-0 in those matchups. Burley's 0-6. The 0-2. Inside. White Sox are a team that usually does well against left-handed pitching. They're 22-16 against lefty starters. Guys like Cano and Dye certainly help that number out.
Quinton.
Rounded up the middle. Cano will take the out at first, and that'll do it. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's all CC and the Yankees. They lead 2-0. 2 for 2 against Burley, and he likes to see Burley on the mound. Last time, historic.
How about that? On August 2nd in Chicago, starts off the game with the home run, then it gets a double over Dye's head. Gets the easy one, the single. And which one does he need? The triple. This last hit over the head of Dye. Dye misplayed it. The cycle, the Yankee team, they're all cheering for him. What a day for Melky Cabrera in Chicago.
That was the Yankees' first cycle since back in 1995 when Tony Fernandez pulled off that feat. So 2 mistakes for Burley. Jeter hits a home run to lead off the first, and then Damon hits a solo shot in the third. That's the difference in this game. A battle of classy left-handers, Mark Burley and CC Sabathia. How close are they? Well, Sabathia comes into this game with 132 lifetime victories, and Burley 133. And Sabathia has 14 fewer losses.
Different styles of way they go about it. Obviously, Burley not the power pitcher that CC is. Players love, the defenders love playing behind Burley. They know he's working fast. He's going to throw strikes. And even if a pitcher like that, they give up hits, they don't mind it. You know, there's not a whole lot of time between each pitch. You were saying earlier, Michael, why don't all pitchers pitch
deep to left? Quentin back. He's on the track. The wind takes it, holds it up for the first out.
Wow, that's 2 now. I thought Teixeira got one earlier. That's definitely that hang time. Any kind of high fly, I thought Melky got that one. Left field is a strong enough wind pushing that ball back, similar to what happened with Teixeira earlier in the game. You see Quentin getting it behind the ball and then being able to come in. Doesn't feel like a big breeze. I guess up above it must be.
Count 1-0. Grounded foul. It's down. There we go. Wind's taking that one, and that kept pulling it away from the fielders, and it falls untouched. Celebrate the inaugural season of Yankee Stadium on Tuesday, September 8th, when the Yankees take on the Rays. The first 22,000 fans in attendance receive a Yankee Soup Bowl, courtesy of Boar's Head. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com, visit the Yankee Stadium ticket window, the Yankees clubhouse shops, or you can call Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849.
Burley, after struggling his last 6 starts, really putting in a good outing here. And you know it when you're facing a guy, especially as hot as CC, you have to be on.
Popped up, kind of the same spot. And that one makes the seats. White Sox are far back in the wild card. We told you that. But they've got a chance in the Central. They're 4 behind Detroit. Now they have a big pitcher that's going to be activated. That's Jake Peavy. They don't want to fall out of it before they get Peavy to make his 5 starts in September. And they made that big trade right before the Yankees got into Chicago to play that series with San Diego. Peavy's been rehabbing a bad ankle, and that's the Central. Grabbed there by Nix. 2 away.
Well, Jake Peavy's going to make another rehab start. I believe it's tomorrow down in Norfolk for the AAA team for the White Sox, Charlotte. And then I assume he's going to be penciled in somewhere in this rotation after that. Like 5 innings, 100 pitches in his last outing. And they need him. I know their 5th starter situation with Jose Contreras and Freddie Garcia are in need of Jake Peavy to step up.
Jeter had a home run in the first inning, his 17th of the year, and it was the 223rd of his career, and that broke the tie with Don Mattingly, moving Jeter into sole possession of 10th place on the Yankees all-time list. Ground ball to short, and a nice backhanded scoop by Cano to save Ramirez another error, and the Yankees go down in order against Burley. Fast-moving game as we go to the 7th, 2-0 Yanks. Dennis Haysbert stars in The Unit Wednesday nights this fall on My 9. We go to the 7th inning. Still raining at the stadium. Jermaine Dye swings and misses. Cure Auto Insurance scoreboard 2-8-0 Yanks, 0-4-1 White Sox. That changeup is such an effective pitch, lefty to righty. It's moving away from the right-handed batter. The 0-1.
Especially thrown properly and down in the zone with the great arm speed that CC has shown. And there's no doubt about it, Michael. That pitch, I think, has really been a big plus for him to have in his repertoire, aside from his good fastball and slider. Just hoping to play that.
Ripped into right center field. It is a base hit. It's going to split the outfielders and go to the wall. Dye will stop at second with a leadoff double.
Well, he gets his fastball up. You see where Molina's set up, and that ball is not even close to where he wanted it. Just a mistake location-wise. He's been almost perfect tonight, throwing his pitches where he wants it, changing the speeds with his change-up fastball slider combination. Dye has done well against left-handed pitchers, and that pitch up in the zone. And that ball to right center.
That double doesn't break open a slide, but he was 2 for his last 28 before that double. Here is Carlos Quentin. Count 1-0.
the White Sox offensive woes has been that they've been very station to station. They don't have a whole lot of speed, certainly in the middle of the lineup, or the situational hitters. In this case here, obviously a hit from the White Sox, but the situational hitting of driving the ball, something to the right side and moving the runner up. They've had some situations in this recent road trip where they've had to hold up the runners at third base. Jeff Cox, the third base coach, just because of not having enough speed.
We saw Burley there with a jacket on. They've tied the game at Fenway, the Red Sox have. Shattered bat, the ball goes one way, chips of wood go the other. And Burley has a jacket on, and there's action in the bullpen for the White Sox. So you wonder if that's it for Burley. It's got line break. Does he have that I'm coming out of the game look?
I would think so, Michael. He's at 99. And certainly the way he's been pitching, I think the White Sox got to be pleased with this outing, no doubt about it. Unless it's a matchup situation, and he's at 99, I don't know if it'll push him into the low 100s. We have, I guess maybe for A-Rod, third bat of the inning. Left switch, and then Alex.
Now CeCe has runners on first and second and nobody out. And this is the first inning that the White Sox have had 2 runners on against Sabathia. He's thrown 95 pitches, 66 strikes. Well, you want to own a piece of the original Yankee Stadium? Take home many artifacts, including stadium seats from that stadium? Call Yankee Steiner Collectibles at 800-759-SCORE. There are many unique items which are the perfect addition to any Yankee fan's collection. Contact Yankee Steiner Collectibles today at 800-759-SCORE or visit steinersports.com or yankees.com. So Dave Island makes a trip out to the mound. That usually is followed by somebody warming up in the bullpen. They'll take the tarp off the mound out there in the pen, and there will be action.
Well, getting up to that 95 pitch count, his command has been so good. He didn't have a walk in his last start. Actually, his last 2 starts, he only had 1. So usually that's the first sign where he missed with the fastball on die, was up, and then here with the walk to Quinton. Usually an indicator a pitcher's getting tired.
There's Rios with 2 strikeouts against Sabathia. Strike on the outside corner. Sabathia looking for his 16th win of the year and his 6th win in the month of October. There's a base hit down the right field line, a broken bat base hit. Jermaine Dye will score. Carlos Quinton's going to third. He's going to stop right there. And Rios on second with an RBI double. White Sox are on the board. Yankees now lead 2-1.
Boy, that's a frustrating hit. Rios just off the end of the bat, on the very tip of it, pulling off the ball, and maybe even broke the bat. Sabathia trying to get a ground ball out of this. Clearly out of the reach of Teixeira, getting a carom that pushed back. Safe, conservative moves, keeping Quinton at third base. He at the very tip of the end of the bat. Pulled out, his front side is off, and just able to get it just enough past Teixeira.
Yankees will give up this lead with a ground ball. They'll give up the run. And Ramirez fouls it back. So Sabathia pitching so beautifully. A double, a walk, and a double. And now he's in trouble. And Brian Bruni warming in the bullpen.
For Sabathia, preferably something down in the zone. Ramirez is going to try to get some ball elevated where he can get a long fly ball, sac fly.
That one's lined right to Cano.
Well, this is a nice break, really, for CC Sabathia. Cano getting a little humpback liner, able to stab that. Very well. Now this is a bear down for CC. He's got a chance at the 1 out, pitching Castro tough.
Castro fouled out.
You know, the CC Sabathia, he's up at the 100 pitch count, and this is the ball game for you. You're thinking, empty the tank. What are my put away pitches early on? Certainly for his sake, wanting to either get to a strikeout opportunity or keeping the ball in the infield.
The 0-1. Still got good velocity, 94 miles an hour. Now Thornton has joined Linebrink. Castro's 0 for 2 against Sabathia tonight. Quinton's the tying run. He's at third. Rios' go-ahead run is at second. There's a ground ball. Alex Rodriguez. He's coming home. The play is made. He's out. Throw to second. Getting back is Rios. So A-Rod with a good throw. Molina with a good tag. And the Yankees still lead 2-1 with 2 outs.
Beautiful play off the end of the bat. He breaks his bat. Now the important thing here for Alex Rodriguez is to make sure he gets his feet underneath him so that he makes an accurate throw. He clearly had plenty enough time to get Quinton. Molina being braced for whether Quinton was going to decide to barrel him over. But he gets his feet under, gets a good grip, nice firm strike. White Sox going on contact with the Yankees playing back perfectly to third base. Shortest throw. Strong arm from Alex. Good play.
So Sabathia now has a chance to get out of this and still have the lead. CC has now completed at least 6 2/3 innings in 22 of his last 25 starts. And that's what the Yankees hoped they were getting when they made that free agent signing, a guy that was going to give them innings. Knicks 0-1.
Regular speed. Alex getting underneath. Good firm throw. Solid play. Big lift right here. CC being pumped up about this. You get second and third, nobody out. You're conceding absolutely a run. There's a chance of getting out of this one. Just the 1 run. This would be a great cruise.
2-1 Yankees lead, top of the 7th inning. The 0-1 to Knicks. Now it's 0-2. Sabathia reaching back for something. 95 miles an hour right there.
Just beat him.
$46,318 here at the stadium.
Idea. Span down. Good take by Knicks after blowing the high fastball by him, making sure that he buries that slider down the dirt. Great balls to strike ratio.
Better than 2-1. 105 pitches for Sabathia. Pitching through the raindrops for most of the night. And Molina goes out for toss. Why did he so quickly run out there?
Just to make sure, Michael, we're on the same page. He knows what's at stake here. CC, this is the last pitch or two, whatever's going to happen here. Came with that changeup down the way after that high fastball slider in. Just say, hey, like, what do you want to do? This is what I'm thinking. What are you thinking? It's a good visit.
The 2-2. Grounded to third. It's a fair ball. Nice stop by A-Rod, and he saved a run. That was ticketed for left field and a tie game at least. So a good play by A-Rod, and now the bases are loaded.
Very good play there. You see the changeup grip out in front, just bangs it in the bunting circle. Now for Alex, just a total outstretched, knocking the ball down. That is a great play.
Wow, it's behind him.
So checking the third base umpire. He's called fair. He didn't know, but that was a, well, we'll see how this plays out, but big play right there. Knowing it, outstretched, just knock it down. He actually was able to catch it. Good hustle. That ball's cut and foul. Now you see what went over the bag. Alex wanted to make sure that that ball was fair.
So here's the impressive rookie, Gordon Beckham, who is 0 for 3. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 1-0. Dialing it up, 1-1.
Blow by him right here. CC just emptying the tank. 1-0 fastball up middle of the plate. Beat him.
Tying runs at third. Go ahead runs at second. Nix is at first. Go 1-1. Upstairs 2-1.
Molina telling him stay back. Overthrew that fastball. 95 mile an hour still at 110th pitch. Still has something left in the tank.
Now it's 3-1. He has 1 walk on the night. He has 10 strikeouts. He has a 2-1 lead, but the bases are loaded with 2 outs. And the pitch. A late strike call there by Reed, and again Molina wants to talk things over with Sabathia. This could be the game.
This is a fastball right there. Looked like Beckham was taken all the way. That ball was borderline belt high, coming right at him. So he took the previous pitch, was a changeup. I thought it was a pretty good pitch. Ended up being down the zone, fired up Yankee fans right here. Go at him.
Line drive, base hit to right field. 1 run scores. Here's the throw from Swisher. And the tag is made for the final out of the inning. So they get Castro trying to score from second, but the base hit by Beckham ties the score at 2. In the 7th, 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors, and 2 men left on base. Nick Swisher with a good throw from right field, and a good block of the plate, and a good tag by Jose Molina to get his fellow catcher, Ramon Castro, for the final out. At the end of 6 1/2, we've got a tie game, 2-2. It's time for the 7th inning stretch, but we stay right here to honor America in the Bronx.
Thank you. Now please join Kate Smith as she sings God Bless America.
To
This is Fios. This is big. This is a move to bring in Matt Thornton. So Mark Burley is off the hook. Another game, another start following the perfect game where he will not get a win, but he knows he will not get a loss at least. Ramon Castro was carrying the go-ahead run, but he's not the fastest of runners, and he was gunned down at home plate. Matt Thornton, good numbers for the left-hander, 6-2, 2.5, 266 strikeouts, and 56 2/3. He's going to face Damon, Teixeira, and A-Rod, or maybe he'll just face Damon because you've got the right-hander or the switch hitter Teixeira, and then Alex Rodriguez, a right-hander. The Cure Auto Insurance scoreboard as we go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 2-2. Left-handers against Thornton hit 190 with 2 home runs this year. Righties hit 236.
Matt Thornton, a legitimate hard-throwing left-hander. This is stuff against lefties with smooth, easy fastball and put-away sliders. Tough at-bats here for these Yankee left-handed hitters.
Kenny Williams, the GM of the White Sox, you see Damon has good numbers against Thornton. Likes hard throwers in his bullpen. That's how he builds his bullpen. He wants guys that are bringing it hard, mid-90s.
Yeah, and you're seeing that more and more, Michael, with a lot of that, especially the good bullpen there. You see Phil Hughes, speaking of hard throwers. Because that's your put away. I mean, you're going to get a chance to, if you have a good depth in your bullpen, they're pitching an inning, maybe an inning plus. Empty the tank, and you get away with mistakes. I mean, that's the whole difference in pitchers that have the plus velocity, is that when you miss with your location, it's above the speed limit. When you're a guy like Thornton or Phil Hughes or anybody coming in, it's max effort with overpowered stuff.
Fastball's high, a check swing by Damon, and count full. Struck him out, 95 miles an hour.
Just stayed hard on Johnny Damon here. Just, you see the ball just kind of explode out of Thornton's hand. It's registered legit good plus velocity in that 94-95 range, but very smooth. With here hitters that just jumping up on him.
Strike to Teixeira. Teixeira hit what would have been a home run on most nights in the first inning. The wind held it up. Deep drive to left. Then he doubled to right. Reached on an E6 in the 5th. Blue Jays have retaken the lead over the Red Sox in the bottom of the 5th inning at Fenway at 5-3. Toronto over Boston. Check swing and a breaking ball. And Jeff Kellogg said he went. And Mark Teixeira kind of stares out there in disbelief. Close. Looped into shallow center. Now let's see Ramirez quickly out there to make the play. And that's going to bring up Alex Rodriguez.
Well, jam shot getting in on the hands of Teixeira. Ramirez able to get out there quickly enough. Jason Nix almost cutting them off.
Alex Rodriguez and his teammate Jerry Hairston Jr. kind of turned back the clock to the 1950s today, when Willie Mays used to play stickball with kids in the streets of Harlem. But Alex Rodriguez and Jerry, right across the street here on 161st and River, played stickball with about 100 neighborhood kids before the game. And then afterward, Alex bought lunch for all the kids. So a nice gesture by him. Let's see if he's got some good karma. How about this for a stat? A-Rod has 22 home runs. He has not homered against a team other than the Red Sox since July 19th. Now, that's a good team to homer against, but you'd like to have homers against other teams.
How about the July 19th?
Looking at August 28th today. Plus. The 2-0. Off the fist and foul back.
Only 4 bats Alex has against Matt Thornton, 0 for 4.
Count 2-2.
Yeah, you mentioned about Alex being caught in between, and you know that's the purpose or point of a long season. Guys get 500 plus at bats. You see that 2-1 pitch, albeit at 94, 95. But Alex is right. That pitch, middle of the plate. You see him driving that ball right center.
Grounded to third. Beckham. And that'll do it. We played 7 here at the stadium. It's a 2-2 game. You're watching Yankees baseball on this Friday night on My 9 as Phil Hughes will come into the game. Phil Hughes will take over for CC Sabathia. So Sabathia pitched so beautifully, Al, and gave up the 2 runs in the 7th inning. Kind of wipes away, it wipes away his chance at a victory.
And you know what's frustrating? Yeah, you're right, Michael. And he pitched, as you say, dominating. And to think that your day is now a no decision, even though you pitched well enough to keep your team in it. You see Phil Hughes, good numbers, 76 strikeouts, 70 innings. I think we'll go back to that walk to Carlos Quinn, not allowing him to work his way on.
Take a look at the White Sox in-game box score, brought to you by Hyundai. Ready for good news? Get Hyundai Assurance and up to $5,000 cash back on select models now. 3 hits for Jason Nix. Gordon Beckham's hit tied the game. Konerko with a double. Jermaine Dye with a double and a run scored. Alex Rios a big double, a ribby and a run scored. And Alexei Ramirez also had a hit. That was a single. So it'll be Tomei, Konerko, and Dye, 3, 4, and 5 against Phil Hughes. Count 1-0. As a reliever, Phil Hughes, 28 appearances, 2-1, 1.26. So many people want to point to when it turned around for the Yankees. And obviously a big thing was getting Alex Rodriguez back. But working out the problems in the bullpen was paramount for this team succeeding. And when they decided to move Hughes into the bullpen, well, it's been nothing but great. 35 and 2/3 innings and 45 strikeouts out. He solidified the bullpen.
He has. And think about Michael. He was put in the pen because Chiming Wong came back to start.
Yep.
Obviously that didn't work out with Wong's season being lost with an injury. But, you know, the blessing in disguise there. They felt enough, and the debate then was, do they send him down and let him get starts at Scranton, or learn his ways in the bullpen here? And it couldn't have been better.
Now the interesting thing is, while you look at Hughes and go, it's a pretty good reliever, but the Yankees insist, from general manager Brian Cashman down to Joe Girardi, Phil Hughes is a starter, and they said that about Jabba, and they kept to their word on that. And they expect Phil Hughes to be in the starting rotation next year.
And you know why? You look at a guy, if they're limited, there's Jabba Chamberlain. If you look at it, someone's starting that pitch right there, man. He had the fastball curveball as a starter. Occasional changeup, sometimes it's good plus changeup. But he's come up with more of this, not only slider, that's a cutter. It looks just like a fastball. You see the emergency hack from Tomey. Out of his hands, they pull the triggers, can't hold up. At that point, hitter's just hoping he could foul it off. I think with that combination with the fastball, he's got a very good curveball, and that slider / cutter now, those are 3++ pitches. And that's what a good starting major league pitcher needs to have in order to flip a lineup over 2-3 times.
And he's got another really good pitch that he doesn't use as a reliever, his changeup. So he has 4 quality pitches that he could use as a starter. I thought Brian Cashman put it very well. He said, great starters shouldn't be in the bullpen. And that's why they've used Jabba as a starter, and that's why they intend to use Phil Hughes as a starter. And there was some news on the Jabba rules today. The Yankees have been giving Jabba extra rest. Last time out, they gave him an inordinate amount of rest. He didn't pitch well against the Rangers. Now they've readjusted the Jabba rules, and they said that he's going to pitch every 5 days. He's going to stay in a normal rotation, and they're going to save his innings count because they're going to take him out of some games early. That's how they're going to do it. They're not going to give him 8 days rest at times, or have him skip over starts, because he has not reacted well with that.
Well, and they've stuck with it, and we've talked about it enough. And I like the idea of him being on regular rest, because it is about a routine, and it is about your every day in between your starts and your work. I know I saw some numbers, the 5+ rest days. He's had really good numbers, but now it's a little different, Michael. It's not just a rain out or an all-star break. They're juggling. They were his spot in the rotation based on these innings. So now it becomes the mental thing. And it plays on him. There's no doubt about it. He's a young kid, knowing that that I'm not going to pitch now for 8 days because of trying to keep my innings down.
1-2, swung on a miss. 94-mile-an-hour cheese, 2 away.
Canerco just shaking his head, throwing that cutter. He really early in this count he executed well with that cut fastball down and away. And now the smooth, just out of his hand, it's electric, explosive through the zone. Look at the ease of his velocity. Just so much more confidence Phil Hughes, as he should. And Michael just gave the numbers of 1.26 ERA coming in this appearance as a reliever.
Now, Joe Girardi's strength, I think, has been both of these years as Yankee manager, how he handles the bullpen. And very shrewdly, since August 14th, he has not used Phil Hughes a lot. This is only the 3rd time that Hughes has pitched since August 14th. Now, this is a kid that's doing something that he hasn't done a lot in the past. I know he pitched in relief in 2007 in the playoffs, but he's been a starter his career, and they just want to take some of the workload off. And look at what he's done in relief. We gave you those numbers before. Just splendid, outstanding, the 1-1.
As a curveball. And, that's the luxury, Michael, the 6-game lead, barring any kind of major breakdown. It looks pretty good for the Yankees as it plays out. Not to be complacent at all. But now Joe Girardi, as you mentioned, he's being able to give Phil Hughes, a young pitcher. This is all new to him. The 3 appearances in 14 days, that's 3+ off days in between each appearance. That's fantastic.
Sounded like he broke his bat. Time to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Toyota. A smart way to keep moving forward. 5-2, Baltimore over Cleveland, top of the 5th. Detroit 6-1 over Tampa Bay, top 7. It's 5-5, Toronto and Boston, top of the 6th. Minnesota 3-0 over Texas. Chicago beat the Mets. Phillies 1-0 over Atlanta, top of the 3rd. Cincinnati shutting out the Dodgers, 4-0, bottom of the 7th. And Colorado and San Francisco in about 45 minutes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the crowd is using the 2-2. Swung on a miss. That is an impressive 8th inning for Phil Hughes. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts in a row. Jim Tomey down swinging. Paul Canerco overpowered. Jermaine Dye. Linda Ronstadt fastball flew by you. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th inning underway. Hideki Matsui fouls back a first pitch fastball. It's 0-1. It's 2-2 on the scoreboard. Each team with 8 hits. Alexi Ramirez with 1 error, and that's the game so far. Matsui, Swisher, and Cano. And a strike. Mariano warming up just in case. Not even just in case. When it's a tie game, he'll pitch. That one's driven deep to left field. Quinton back on the track in the corner. Did he make the play? Yes, he did. One away. The ball kept slicing. Quinton kept going after it, and he made the catch in foul territory.
Well, we saw all night with the wind blowing in, it just kept pushing the ball not far enough for the Yankees to blow out of foul territory. Quinton has it tracked. Now it's just a matter of does he have enough room. That was a nice play. There's not a whole lot of foul territory there before the stands. Jumping up against that wall. Good play.
So Matsui tonight 1 for 4. Here's Nick Swisher 0 for 2 with a walk. How quickly your impression of what Phil Hughes did. I mean, that was easy gas.
Easy. And you know, I think a lot of it, Michael, is really about his disposition on the mound. Because you know, when he was starting, he was still throwing that 94 mile an hour, and you know, good stuff wise as far as what's coming out of his hand. But he's in good counts. He's throwing strikes. He's got a look of like, here I am. You got to deal with me. And he's got the 3 pitches, even in that outing there. Those pitches, he threw his curveball, his slider, which now really is more of a cutter. He's just got a confident look, which I think goes a long way. When hitters stand in the box, they can read a pitcher as to whether it's, you know, should I throw this, or, yeah, here it is. Come and get it.
Rain continuing to fall here at Yankee Stadium for most of the game. This has been the conditions in which they've played. The only scary thing for both teams is that there's rain with more intensity in the forecast as the night moves on. There's 1-2. 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. In Chicago, Nick Swisher came up big with this home run of Matt Thornton. There were 2 outs in the 9th inning. Bobby Jenks, the closer, was not available. The Yankees ended up losing that game, but that tied the game.
Big moment. It kind of in your face a little bit to the White Sox, and Swisher not leaving on the best of terms, I guess you'd say. Good moment for him.
Popped up. Way up there. And out of play. Good numbers against Thornton, 3 for 7.
Well, he's coming right out of it. We just saw the highlight of that home run that tied the ball game, drew a save for Thornton.
And the 2-2. Popped up down the right field line, giving Chase his die, but it's in the seats and out of play. Thornton doing some maintenance with his spikes. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. The 2-2. Take a look at the in-game box score for the Yankees, brought to you by Hyundai. Ready for good news? Get Hyundai Assurance and up to $5,000 cash back on select models. The hits that count: Derek Jeter's home run in the first, Johnny Damon's home run in the third. That's the Yankees scoring. Teixeira with a double, Melky Cabrera with 2 hits, Rodriguez and Mansui both with singles. And another full count for Nick Swisher. I believe it's his 111th.
Just nice at bats. You got to end up getting a walk in the last at bat with the 3-2 count. That's what he does. I know, you know, streaky as a hitter, but fouls the tough pitches off and has a very good eye. 4th in the AL coming into tonight. Walks.
It's his 108th full count. I don't want to mislead people. Rip.
Protected, no doubles, right on the line, making sure that the ball does not go to Beckham's right, which is what you'll see this time of the game, making sure that it takes more than 2 hits to score the winning run.
This will be pitch number 12 of the at-bat. He struck him out. Went off speed. And Swisher swings and misses.
Big pitch from Thornton. He's a primarily fastball guy with a slider. Then he throws his curveball. Swisher looking fastball is fooled, and at that point, just hoping that he can nick it, stay alive. Good pitch. Playing off the aggressiveness of Swisher. He knew it.
Thornton 5 up, 5 down in relief of Mark Burley. Here's Robinson Cano. Cano trying to untie it, but a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, lefty to lefty. Thornton has filthy stuff. One of 2 left-handers in the bullpen for the White Sox. Thornton's thrown 34 pitches, and that is his season high. Now 1-2.
Barely just stayed hard on Robinson Cano. Now Thornton is in a pitcher's count. Let's see if he tries to go to an off-speed pitch here.
Moving out down the left field line. Clinton giving chase. And he runs out of room. The next pitch will be Thornton's 20th pitch of the inning and 37th pitch of the night. Ozzie has 8 pitchers in his bullpen, 6 righties and 2 lefties. And the 1-2. 2-1-2.
Good mix and match of Michael. A lot of managers love to have the 2 lefties, especially if they're 2 go-to guys. The other one, Randy Williams, is having a good year. Actually, his bullpen has really helped the White Sox staff as a whole. They're second in the American League in ERA. We're seeing Thornton tonight. Randy Williams with a 1.93.
Well, the more pitches they see from Thornton, the less likely they're going to see him tomorrow. I don't think he's going to pitch tomorrow after throwing close to 40 pitches.
Yeah, I think that normally is the number for a manager to realize that that's just too many pitches to come back-to-back days. Of course, depend upon where in the season and how critical of an out is needed, and sometimes you'll see a manager come back and get a third of an out from a guy.
Well, Ozzie Guillen could look up at the scoreboard and right center see that the Tigers are leading Tampa Bay 6-1. So he doesn't want to fall 5 back. This is an important game for him, so he's going to keep his best left-hander out there. This game is of more importance to the White Sox than it is at this moment to the Yankees. And the 3-2. Driven out down the left field line. Giving chase is Quinton. Into the corner. It's a foul ball. Kept slicing.
Well, still late, but he's getting close to that foul line. A ball easily foul. Slice it too.
Former Yankee Charlie Hayes caught the final out to end the 1996 World Series with a big Yankee win. But tonight, he reveals what the Bombers were missing from that 96 team. I wonder what that is. It's all on the Verizon Fios game wrap-up after the game on My 9 News. What could you miss when you're a champion? Payoff, 3-2. They are really bad hit for him. Blew it right by him. That's impressive pitching for Matt Thornton. 6 up, 6 down with 3 strikeouts. Well, the Yankees are going to win this one. It's going to have to be in walk-off fashion. Mariano will pitch the top of the 9th inning. Dealer today. Verizon Fios, over 100 HD channels and the fastest internet. This is Fios, this is big, and by your local Lexus dealer. Well, to the strains of Enter Sandman, Mariano Rivera enters the game. It's a 2-2 game. You use your closer at home in a tie game when you go to the 9th inning. Each team with 8 hits, and the White Sox with 1 error. Mariano, 1-2, 1.87, 36 saves, 49 base runners in 53 innings, and well more than a strikeout per inning, 59 strikeouts, 6 more than the innings he's pitched. So he's having another outstanding year. Sabathia started the game, went 7, gave up 2 runs. Phil Hughes, a 1-2-3 8th inning, all strikeouts. Now Mariano Rivera. Carlos Quentin will lead it off. Cutter is outside. Got him up inside, 1-1.
Looking at Mo's consistency of his basically his whole career. This ball, the little cutter, that might have been occasionally Mo throw some two-seamers in on the right. That ball stayed true, unlike his patent cutter. Like that one. Some talk of Mariano being in certainly the discussion about Cy Young Award winner, the year that he's having.
It's amazing he doesn't get much love in MVP talk. He's a pretty valuable player on this team. Grounded to short to third. Alex Rodriguez.
Well, if you go back to this entire run where the Yankees won, without him, where would they be?
He might be the most valuable player during this run.
I would agree with that. I mean, obviously, there's been a lot of great players. I mean, as far as the award is concerned, I believe there's a separation. The MVP should be an everyday player, and the MVP awards / is the Cy Young award for pitchers.
I wouldn't mind that if it was actually, written in the rules. I don't like writers to make their own rules on that. Some writers don't think they should vote for a pitcher for MVP, but there's no rule that says that a pitcher can't be the MVP.
Well, the Cy Young is that award for him.
But that's not said. That one's popped up. The sheriff puts it away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It doesn't say in the rules of the voting you can't vote for a pitcher.
Who was the last MVP? Was that?
I think it might have been Eckersley
or
Willie Hernandez.
Yeah, for the
Also,
Tigers.
Yeah, I think Eckersley won the MVP once too. Mariano has not worked that much of late. Just as this is his second appearance since August 19th. Here's Alexi Ramirez. 1-0. Roger Clemens won the MVP in 1986. That was a pitcher who won it.
As a pitcher,
Didn't Eckersley win it after that, though? Or did he win the Cy Young?
He won the Cy Young along with Oakland.
Line break, still throwing. Grounded foul.
92, Eckersley did win the MVP.
One-two count on Alexi Ramirez, who's 1 for 3 tonight. The number 8 hitter, the shortstop for the White Sox. One-two. Strike 3. Ramirez now looking. So Rivera works a perfect ninth. 1-2-3. Now the question is, who wants pie? Cabrera, Molina, or Jeter? Have 10 of them this year, 3 of them by that guy. Melky Cabrera is going to lead off. First one was on April 22nd. That was gone, and he disappears into a bunch of Yankees. Then on May 15th, against the Twins and Joe Nathan, a walk-off single. Then we go to May 23rd against the Phillies. That one dunks in. Another walk-off single. So Melky Cabrera results in 3 of the Yankees' 10 walk-off wins this year. So he leads off here in the bottom of the 9th inning with a chance to send everybody home. We'll have to do it against Scott Linebrink. Matt Thornton, 2 perfect innings in relief of Mark Burley. It'll be Cabrera, Molina, and Jeter here in the bottom of the 9th. 2-2 game. There's a strike. Melky has 5 career walk-off hits. Those are the numbers on Linebrink. More than a strikeout per inning. A 3.97 ERA. And he throws 2 strikes in a row. Now Molina's on deck. We know that Posada's gloved hand is hurting him. And until the rosters expand on September 1st, in all likelihood, they're not going to push it with Posada. That will be Tuesday when the Yankees are in Baltimore. So Molina will probably bat here in the bottom of the 9th. Foul back. It's 5-5, top of the 7th inning at Fenway. Red Sox 6 behind the Yankees as we head toward the end of August. Cabrera hitting .405 in the 9th inning this year. That one's a slow roller. Linebrink, 1 away.
Linebrink, different style pitcher. Matt Thornton dominating for 2 innings. Curveball, a little moving 2-seam fastball. Doesn't throw as hard. It's this little curveball, a little shovel pass over to Cano.
Here's Molina. Now Mariano only threw 10 pitches in the 9th inning. If there's a 10th inning, Bruni is warming up. So with a 6-game lead, I don't know if Girardi wants to extend anybody too much. I think that's what it comes down to.
You know, and in that case, it's less about the pitches, Michael. And you make a good point. With the lead, there's a lot of different mindsets as far as the Yankees having to not push that guy right there. But for him to come back out and warm up and pitch the 2nd inning out, a little overextended.
Broken bat, a base hit. Now this is another problem. That's the winning run. Molina has absolutely no speed. Do you risk pinch running for him and then having to use Posada? And that's what they're talking about right now. Can you catch? I'm not sure if Tony Payne is asking him that, but his hand is pretty painful. I think that Tony Payne was just taking the temperature there.
Curveball out in front. Bat goes down. A Warrior. Shattered bat. Strong enough to get it out to left field. Yeah, I don't see the Yankees having to risk further injuring his arm, his hand, or wrist.
And the Yankees do not have another catcher on their roster, so they're going to stay with the painfully slow Molina. They have no other choice. Here's Jeter. You would think that the only chance that Jeter has to get Molina home is a home run, because a double probably would not do it. And we're not telling secrets out of school.
Yeah.
Jose would tell you that's not part of his game. Jeter led off the game with a home run. Line drive. Caught. Throw to first. Not in time. So Beckham made the play, tried to double up Molina, but he scrambled back. And there's 2-way here in the bottom of the 9th.
Derek nailing it right on the screws, pulling his hands and had a little bit of a Liner to it. You see Cano try to stay on the base.
Well, here's Johnny Damon. Johnny with his 23rd home run of the year in the third inning. He's one behind his career high.
Only 3 at bats against Lineberg, 2 for 3, but one of them was a home run.
Johnny has 3 career walk-off home runs. In the third inning, Damon took a breaking ball and hit him to the short porch and right. Both Yankee home runs coming via the home run. Both Yankee runs, should I say.
Damon's decked in right field. Of his 23 home runs, 17 of them here at the stadium.
A.J. Burnett wants to hit somebody with a pie. He's have to win the game. A 1-2. Former Yankee Charlie Hayes caught the final out to end the '96 World Series, but tonight he reveals what the Bombers were missing from that '96 team. It's all on the Verizon Fios game wrap-up. That's after the game on My 9 News. Grounded to second. Nix is there. And he just gets Damon for the final out of the bottom of the 9th inning. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Bruni's coming in. Free baseball. Bonus Cantos. We go. Booted a ground ball. That's the only misplay. That was on a Teixeira grounder in the 5th. So the Yankees go to the bullpen again. They've had perfect relief so far. A perfect inning by Hughes, a perfect inning by Rivera. Now they turn to Brian Bruni to pitch here in the 10th inning. It'll be 9-1-2 in the White Sox order against Bruni. His 31st game. Kid's still into it as we go into extra innings. And the rain continues to fall. Well, so far it's fine the way the rain is right now. If it intensifies, then they have a problem because there's supposedly rain in the forecast for tomorrow as well. AJ Przinsky is going to pinch hit for Ramon Castro, and Przinsky has long hurt the Yankees.
Having a good year for the White Sox. 316, consistent all year long.
And there's a strike.
Bruni's pitched much better of late. Last 6 appearances, hasn't given up a run. Pitched on Wednesday, throwing a scoreless inning. Big difference getting ahead here. Przinsky get fastball blowing by him, coming off the bench trying to ratchet it up for a 95-mile-an-hour heater.
Bruni with 2 trips to the DL because of elbow problems, and still at this point, end of August, still trying to find it, and Joe Girardi trying to spot him in places where he feels that he can excel. The 1-2.
See, that's a pitch right there. Gets ahead with the fastball, then he overthrows his slider. Saw Molina before that last pitch trying to tell him to slow down.
Przinsky never much success as a pinch hitter. 17 for 78. That's a .218 batting average. He's a much better hitter than that. 2-2. He's really overthrowing. And he's overthrowing on the breaking ball.
Yeah. The at bat came right after him and then got in the slider count, and over 3 in a row now. It is a field pitch, but you miss it a couple times up in the zone. Just try to make the adjustment to get it down. There's the fastball away.
Spoiled by Przinsky.
You know, there's keys into every pitcher's delivery that remind you to either stay back or whatever the indicators are. When you throw 1, 2, 3 in a row, when you're locked in, you can correct it quickly. Usually it takes a pitch and maybe 2 to get right back in sync. '97, feeling strong.
Przinsky continues to spoil those pitches.
I think he's doing a little bit of a favor for Bruni. A couple of those, especially the previous one, looked like a ball.
This will be the 9th pitch. Tommaso Marte throwing to the Yankee pen. That one is a blooper into right field. Nick Swisher is there and he makes the play. So Bruni wins that battle. Przinsky pinch hitting for Castro.
Much about Bruni getting consistent and finding Joe Girardi finding a place for him to get his work in and find the innings. I think, when he came back, Michael, what Phil Hughes did and took off. Because before his injury, he was the bridge to Mariano, just trying to find it mentally where he's fits in the Yankee bullpen.
And for a while there, with Phil Hughes pitching well, and when Bruni got back, Joe was kind of obstinate and used Bruni, and he was not pitching well, and then finally said, listen, he's still my bridge, but I'm going to move him down a bit so he can get back into the groove. But now Phil Hughes has grabbed hold of that job, and he's not giving it up.
You know, and I think part of it, Michael, is that, you know, when you every player is proud, and you know they think they deserve or should be in a certain spot, and I think now, you know, Bruni's come to accept it. Look, you know, we're one unit. This is our bullpen. Wherever I have to pitch, you know, it's not just semantics anymore. It's about him doing his job when he gets the ball, when the manager gives it, say, you know, throw your scoreless inning. There's no dispute what Hughes has meant to this bullpen. It's been phenomenal.
Almost slipped on that grid. That's kind of embedded into the mound in order to clean out the spikes. It's rubberized. And the 1-2.
You mentioned about the cleats. You know, how bothersome is it? When you go onto the grass, it's wet, and then you come onto the dirt, and then they put that diamond dry. The mud obviously sticks to the cleat. You know, you get enough mud on there, your cleat now weighs significantly heavier.
High fly ball, left field, shallow. Damon comes in. 2 outs as Nix is retired. Here's Gordon Beckham. His base hit tied the game in the 7th inning. Dave Island will come out and talk. Beckham's dangerous. He's got 8 home runs.
Yeah, 2 quick outs. I imagine that's what the conversation is from Dave Island. You get a guy, you know, don't take anything for granted. You got 2 quick outs. Finish this batter strong, and had a nice appearance. Get on the same page with Molina. You know, you go through a scout report. At first, it's the first game of every series, and you sit down, and you know, mostly as a reliever, most relievers will pitch to their strength. But you have games that are obviously on the line, as this one is. You want to make sure, especially with your guys with home run potential, considerable home run potential. You don't want to make any mistakes.
And throwing hard, 96-mile-an-hour fastball, 0-1. Driven the other way, deep to right. What a foul ball.
You know, Beckham has struggled. He came up very strong, and he's still leading in many categories with the rookie players in the American League. First in batting average, doubles, and RBIs. Cooled off a little bit, but that is a little big component to when pitchers start identifying hitters and pay attention a little closer with the scouting reports. You know, a young player comes on the scene. You know, most of the time you're going to pitch to normally your strength until you get enough of a video library as to what his strengths and weaknesses are.
Nubbed in front of the plate, going to be a tough play. Oh, Molina made it beautifully. And the Yankee bullpen has been perfect. 3 pitchers, 3 1-2-3 innings. Yankees have another chance to win it in the bottom of the 10. Beckham, slow roller into the front of the plate. Molina takes charge and fires to first. Teixeira will get the first try as he leads out the bottom of the inning.
Rooney saw the aggressiveness of Molina. A very good play, but he was running away from the ball. Normally, when it gets close to the pitcher, you'd have normally the pitcher call off the catcher. But I think Bruni just saw how conviction there was in Molina wanting that play. Posada fired up knowing that that was a solid play by Molina.
Never a question about Molina's defensive capabilities. He calls a great game. It's hard to steal off him. Takes charge, and it's a good backup catcher to have. New pitcher for the White Sox, left-hander Randy Williams. So he's going to face a switch hitter, a right-hander, and then the left-hander Matsui. 2-2 game, bottom of the 10th. 1-0. 12 games for Randy, 9 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 5 walks, and 12 strikeouts. There's a strike. Brzezinski takes over behind the plate. Remember, he had pinch hit for Castro.
Much different Williams is from when Thornton came in. This guy's not as a hard a thrower. He's in that low 90 range, but more of a moxie kind of pitcher, using all of his pitches, changing speeds.
Change speed right there as Teixeira goes down on strikes.
Disgusting the look of Teixeira's face, and you know, there's a lot of different ways. Obviously, how pitchers get hitters out. Throws across his body, good curveball, a lot of arms and legs, and the velocity just isn't there. 76, when you got the range of 10, 12, 14 miles an hour, ball moving in and away. It's what given Williams a very good ERA coming into tonight's game at 1.93.
Center field. This could do it. Rios back. He's on the track, and it stays up there. Alex Rodriguez thought he had it. The crowd thought he had it, but Rios ended up getting it on the warning track.
Well, there's no doubt about it. These guys know batting practice and all along this season so far that when the ball off the bat, and he knows he saw it. Initially, he thought he got it. That wind up there is much stronger, blowing in clearly this whole night here in left center, left field. Everybody anticipating the walk-off and pie in Alex Rodriguez's face, but just to be blown off by the wind. You see Alex Rios, the center fielder, running aggressively and then just having to pull up. Guys jumping over the fence. Look at that.
Pitcher Matsui is upstairs. Alex had that look of incredulity as halfway between home plate and first base. He couldn't believe that it was being held up. And we've seen what? About three balls held up because of the wind.
Yeah, other than the Jeter home run, which was more of a line drive. Same spot earlier in the game. Obviously, first batter of the game.
On deck is Nick Swisher. You turn Matsui loose on 3-0. You'll never know, the pitcher's up and in, so a walk to the left-hander that he faces. So the winning run is on base. Now do the Yankees send a pinch runner out? Looks like they're going to. No, now he's not. I think they're trying to find a pinch runner.
helmet.
Oh, the pinch runner was out in the bullpen. I wonder if Jerry Hairston is catching the relief pitchers warming up out there. Why would he be in the bullpen? Well, let's see if they send him right away and get him into scoring position.
Got a nice little sprint in. Ready.
So here's Nick Swisher with the White Sox last year. Yankees acquired him in off-season trade. And he's been an integral part of what they've done, working the count, high on base percentage.
Well, right here, Swisher can keyhole Williams. Look for his pitch, 2-0. Some kind of fastball in his little happy zone up out over the plate.
So now 3-0. Do you turn him loose?
No.
You don't?
Yeah.
Really? Mr. Conservative.
He just threw 3 bald lawn darts.
Well, maybe he's going to throw one right down the middle.
Now he's got to do it again.
Couldn't throw a ball over the middle. So 2 walks in a row with 2 outs now. Jerry Hairston is the winning run at second base. Cano has 4 career walk-off hits on August 12th. He had one of them. Scoring A-Rod.
How many times did they do? 11?
10.
10
This would be 11 if they win the game.
Single to the outfield.
Cano 0 for 4. There's a strike.
Cano took the first pitch, and a lot of times you say, boy, what's he looking for? But, you know, when you haven't seen a guy, which there isn't history here, you want to see release point. He's confident enough right now, the year that he's having, even if he gets down 0-1 count as he did. 311, 20 home runs. Feeling good about what he's done. 307 against lefties this season.
Showed you his stats, and the one thing that jumped out at you is he walks too many people for a limited number of innings, and you can see it's getting away from him right now. Hairston is on second, Swisher on first. Hairston's the winning run. Rios has a great arm in center field. Dye, an outstanding arm in right. Quinn's not a bad left field arm, about average. So there's no guarantee a single is center or right. They're both playing not shallow, but they're not deep. would win the game. It's going to be a close play at home. Obviously, with 2 outs, though, Hairston's going to be running at the crack of the bat. 2-1. Fouled away.
Crack. I think he's got a little hairline crack in that bat there.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-2 game, 2 on. Bottom of the 10th inning. Williams deals. That one's driven deep to right center field. There it goes. See ya! A 3-run walk-off home run for Robinson Cano, and the Yankees win it 5-2. They've done it for the 11th time this year. Another walk-off win in the Bronx.